Have you ever wondered what a Chinese village might look like inside of Minecraft? Well, in today's video that's exactly what I have for you. Let's go on the journey of how I turned this village into something rather epic. So whenever I was looking for a village to transform for this video, I found this one. It really stood out to me because of this cliff here. I have a pretty cool plan for it, so you might just have to wait and see what we do with it. When I started on this village, I decided that I wanted to start on a singular house and get the style down. And if you guys have seen any of my other videos, you guys might recognize this style. I have done it several times before and I really enjoy it. For some reason, it's just my favorite. So for these houses, I went for a lighter color palette with some orange in there as well. And I tried to keep the original shape of all the houses. So midway through making this house, I decided I want to have some small streams going out through the village. I got this idea because I looked up a picture of a Chinese village on Google and it had kind of these streams going through it and I thought it looked really cool. Now I go on to start working on this first farmland area and I think it turned out pretty cool. I do end up adding a little bit of a roof thing off to the side and it just turned out pretty dang cool. This structure here, I kind of just made up on the spot. There was nothing here over this pond, but I thought it definitely needed something, and I think I made the right call on adding this. Once we have the first side of this village done, I move on to the other side. Starting with this house here in the village, I do alter the dimensions just slightly because the odd block walls work way better with the roof style that I'm doing. I also add that little overhang there of the acacia wood just because it looks way better for some reason. Now, I do add a couple of buildings into this village because there was a bunch of empty space and it was just looking empty all throughout the village. And these three houses here are nothing special, just simple houses for some simple villagers. Now I start to finish up some of the other buildings as well, making sure they look really nice and keeping the same style throughout. Also to note, in a couple of these buildings I do add the kind of like workbench things that the villagers need in 1.14. The interiors aren't anything special, so don't get your hopes up. Once I have all the buildings down below and I do add some more farmland here and there, and I just fix up some of the area a little bit. Oh, also not to mention, this clip is just super satisfying to watch all the wheat grow at once. So once we have the main part of the village done down below, we can go on to the monstrosity of this hill here and figure out what we're gonna do with it. And it's really not that complicated what I did with it. I decided to add a staircase going all the way up and around to get to the top. There will be a couple of buildings stuck on the cliffside there, but it's not shown on the video, but just trust me, they're there. I promise. And originally at the top of this mountain there was some farmland there, but that just wasn't working for me. I needed a temple on top of here. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit bigger than the normal villager houses, and I think it turned out pretty good for the scale that I went with. And to really finish off this build, I go in and add a couple of different custom trees into the build. And now that we have the village done, let's go and take a cinematic look at it. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. This one was like one of the most fun to make. I don't know why. I just love how it turned out and all of it. Anyways guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video.